The notion that science is satanic and deceptive to faithful Christians is a perspective held by some individuals who believe that scientific discoveries and theories contradict the teachings of the Bible. This viewpoint is often rooted in a literal interpretation of the Bible and a mistrust of the scientific community. Proponents of this idea argue that science is an attempt to undermine the authority of God and the Bible, and that scientists are intentionally deceiving the public with their findings. One of the primary concerns of those who view science as satanic is the theory of evolution. They argue that evolution is a lie perpetuated by scientists to lead people away from God and the creation story presented in the Bible. According to this perspective, the idea that humans evolved from a common ancestor with other animals is a direct contradiction to the biblical account of creation, where God creates humans in his own image. This perceived contradiction leads some to believe that scientists are intentionally trying to disprove the existence of God and the accuracy of the Bible. Another area of concern is the field of cosmology, which deals with the origin and evolution of the universe. The Big Bang theory, which suggests that the universe began as a singularity and expanded rapidly around 13.8 billion years ago, is seen as a threat to the biblical account of creation. Some argue that the Big Bang theory is an attempt to explain the origin of the universe without God, and that it is a cleverly crafted lie designed to deceive faithful Christians. Furthermore, the concept of an old universe, which is supported by a vast amount of scientific evidence, is seen as a direct challenge to the biblical account of a young Earth. In addition to these specific scientific theories, some individuals also view the scientific method itself as satanic. The scientific method, which involves observing the natural world, formulating hypotheses, and testing these hypotheses through experimentation and data analysis, is seen as a flawed and arrogant approach to understanding the world. Proponents of this perspective argue that the scientific method is limited and biased, and that it ignores the role of God in the supernatural and the natural world. However, this perspective on science is based on a number of misconceptions and misunderstandings. First and foremost, science is not a replacement for faith, but rather a complementary way of understanding the world. While science can provide insights into the natural world, it does not address questions of morality, purpose, or spirituality, which are the domain of faith. Furthermore, the scientific community is not a monolithic entity with a unified agenda to deceive the public. Scientists are individuals with their own beliefs and motivations, and the scientific method is designed to ensure that findings are based on evidence and testing, rather than personal opinions or biases. Moreover, the idea that scientists are intentionally lying to the public is unfounded and unfair. Scientists are human beings who are driven by a desire to understand the world and to uncover the truth. While mistakes and errors can occur, the scientific method is designed to minimize these errors and to ensure that findings are based on evidence and testing. The fact that scientific theories and discoveries are often subject to revision and refinement as new evidence emerges is a testament to the self-correcting nature of the scientific method, rather than a sign of deception. In conclusion, the notion that science is satanic and deceptive to faithful Christians is a misguided perspective that is based on a number of misconceptions and misunderstandings. While science and faith may seem to be in conflict, they are actually complementary ways of understanding the world. By recognizing the limitations and strengths of both science and faith, individuals can foster a deeper appreciation for the natural world and the role of God in creation. Rather than viewing science as a threat to faith, Christians can see it as a way of exploring and understanding the world that God created.